Coming up, it's our thoughts on the Food and Wine Festival at Epcot.
Oh, I'm so hungry already.
Shouldn't you be full?
I guess so. Welcome back to Eye to Eye Disney Through Our Eyes. I'm Kyle.
And I'm Jessica.
Tonight we're going to talk about the favorite things that we saw and ate at Disney's Epcot Food and Wine Festival. That's a long name. Disney's Epcot Food and Wine Festival 2017.
Woo!
Yeah, so emphasis on the food here. We just ate stuff and had way too much to eat, probably. Well, not really too much.
We really didn't.
We kind of were good. We didn't spend a lot of money. I mean, probably.
And we shared most things.
Oh, we were actually able to share things?
Can you believe it?
Imagine that. So what did you think
the
about...
magic of Disney.
The magic of Disney. All right, so what did you think about... This is our second Food and Wine Festival that we've been able to visit. We didn't purposely go there for it, but we got the chance to experience it again. Thoughts on atmosphere, the look of it, the feel of it. What did you think?
It was way more crowded this year than last year.
It was. And
I've never seen crowds like this ever in my life.
there were points where Jessica just said, just go on without me. Like she said, I'll catch up with you in a minute.
It was so bad. There were so many people. I mean, you couldn't move. Like your arms were just tied at your sides. And like if you had a plate of food, literally you'd see people walking with their food and they're like guarding their food because
don't touch it.
Right. Well, because anytime somebody would bump them, you know, the food would get spilled or whatnot.
Did we see anybody lose their food?
I saw somebody spill their drink, but I think that was about it.
I'm surprised there wasn't like, you know, alcohol being thrown everywhere basically
I
this
mean,
year.
it was madness. Like we would try to kind of see what pavilions were where and see if we could go look at the menu, and you would have to literally like dart in front of people or jump in front of strollers, try not to get hit by wheelchairs. Like it was mass chaos, and I thought at some point that we were going to get split up and like, get lost.
Well, and then the worst traffic areas were obviously right when you come through Future World to the front of the World Showcase, right at the Mexico side, and right at the Canada and the
But even when we got
London
over to
side.
France, France was really bad because we kept thinking, okay, let's get to the other side. France was really bad. I think the only place that wasn't bad was Japan.
Well, in Germany too, where Beer Garden is, I thought that would be
that was
like
kind of weird that it wasn't as packed. But oh my gosh, Canada.
Yeah.
That's where we wanted to go. We had researched all the food and we knew we needed to go to Canada. And literally, I mean, there were hundreds of people just right there, smashed up by the Canada Pavilion.
Right here.
Yes. And when you think about it, that's not a big pavilion. And especially when they add the little, you know, tent thing to add the food, whatever it's called. But that many people, oh my gosh. We were literally eating by a trash can.
Yeah. And speaking of trash cans, that's pretty much what you had to use the entire time, was just as your table, use the trash can. We got a table one time for the last thing we ate.
Yeah.
Before we talk about the stuff specifically for Food and Wine, what did we get at Epcot?
Well, the first thing, because we didn't want to miss out, was a cronut.
Oh my goodness. Folks, if you have not tried a cronut, if I could have a cronut and a Dole Whip every day of the week,
You would be so fat.
I'd be so fat. Just one. How about one time a week? That'd be okay? No?
Uh-uh.
No?
I think the cronut's fried.
Oh, gosh.
With a bunch of sugar.
Shh, don't tell me bad things. I just want to know how good it is. Croissant donut. If you have not tried it at the refreshment port in Epcot, you need to. It will change your world
So good.
forever. So cronut is just the intro into food and wine.
So we knew there was a lot of food and wine food that we wanted to try at the festival, but we couldn't go to Epcot and not get the cronut. So that's why we had to stop.
Okay.
But we just got one and we shared it.
Yeah. So we were good. We shared a lot of things to save money, and because we figured after trying, we didn't know exactly everything that we're going to eat.
Yeah.
So we figured we'd pace ourselves and not load up on stuff.
But the one thing that we knew we were not going to share, because when we looked at the menu, we were both like, oh, that's it. It was from Canada, actually, and it was the cheese soup with a pretzel roll. Oh my God.
And it had, okay, so just let's think about the fact cheese soup and a pretzel roll in itself is just good enough.
But it was like the thickness, it had potatoes in it.
And I think bits of bacon, didn't it?
It had bacon and it had little green onions.
Oh, yes.
But it was really potato soup, but it was, I guess the cheese was more prominent than the potatoes. So they called it cheese soup. But it was warm and it was really hearty, and it was really like creamy, and
that's probably why we didn't eat as much as we thought we would, because that filled us up so much. Granted, we also had a pretzel roll, lots of carbs.
Well, and the benefit of the pretzel roll was obviously, I can't say that word, pretzel roll. It was obviously salty, and the soup really wasn't. It was almost like they under-seasoned it on purpose just so that you could use the pretzel roll. And so it was like the perfect marrying of flavors, and oh my gosh.
Like, I'm just now coming to liking pretzel flavored stuff, but that roll, the pretzel roll, combined with that cheese soup, potato soup, onion, whatever it is in there.
So good.
If you're still about to go to Food and Wine Festival this year, or even if you're watching this a year from now and I'm going to go, make sure you go to Canada and see they have that. That is...
I keep meaning to look online and see if they have that soup recipe.
And you'll try it ourselves?
I mean, it was worth the try, even if it's terrible. I mean, that was incredible. And that was my favorite thing that we ate.
So I would pick my favorite thing that we ate was the next pavilion.
Okay.
Brazil.
Okay.
I got this recommended by several people in the Disney fan community, just raving about this in Brazil, the cheese bread. And I will say, though, it wasn't like amazing, like these people built it up, and that's probably my fault for having such high expectations for it, but it was so good still.
It was good. It was really doughy in the middle.
Yeah, that's the part I liked about it.
And that's what I don't like, personally. I like more crispy bread kind of things. But it was really doughy, so the texture in the middle was a little off.
And we didn't share on this one either, did we?
We did share because it came with 2 pieces.
That's right. And so that was a couple of surprises that we got, was that we got to have 2 pieces of the bread, so we didn't have to get 2 separate ones, because the amount of bread that we ate and carbs that we ate during all this.
But the good thing is we walked around the World Showcase. Yes. We did the Death March.
We did.
We made it all the way around.
That counts, right? We walked it all off, right?
That's what I'm saying. Okay. Exactly.
All right. So the third thing that we
final thing
that we got to try, because we were full after this, and this was a bit of a stretch for me.
I know. I was so proud of you.
Was what?
Paella.
In the Spain pavilion.
It was wonderful. And I've been to Spain before with a friend of mine. And literally when we went, every day we ate paella. And so obviously we had the authentic version. And so I came here and I was like, it'll be the Americanized, plain rice, blah, 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 blah. It was so good. I mean, granted, I know that at Disney they employ cast members from the countries, and they really try to make it authentic. But this was so delicious. The spices were they were just perfect.
It was very spicy.
They had, I don't even think it was spicy because I was able to eat it. It had spices.
Seasoned very well.
It was seasoned very well. It had tons of shrimp, mussels. What else was in it?
Well, it had 2
andouille sausage.
That's right. Chorizo.
Chorizo.
Mm-hmm.
It had a lot of meat in it.
So the thing that was adventurous about this for me was mussels. And hold on, you want me to tell the story? Or do you want
ahead.
to? Okay. So it came with 2 mussels each, and I saw this in the thing. I was like, okay, if Jessica, I know she'll eat them if I want. I was like, I'm gonna sit down, eat the rest of it, and then see if I can muster up the courage to try this, because that's just a little bit of a step out. I've seen oysters before. I'm like, no, I'm a huge picky eater. So we see the mussels. It doesn't look too unappetizing. Granted, it was really dark. But
I'd never had mussels either.
Oh, I forgot about that.
No, because in Spain I wasn't brave enough, and in Spain the mussels were huge. And my friend and I were like,
so they were
stick to shrimp.
Pretty tiny ones, so a nice little sampling. Obviously to save them money, but also for those who are not as adventurous.
Well, and the plates weren't huge, so it was perfect.
But so she ate hers, liked it, and I said, do you think I can handle it? She says, I think so. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to step out and do it. Went to pick it up with the fork, and then it fell off the fork at my feet.
He was like, yes!
So I took that as a sign that it was not my day to step out of my pickiness and just enjoy the rice, the seasoning, the sausage, and the shrimp that was in there.
That stepped out of your comfort zone.
I mean, I love all those things. It just was, some new spices and seasonings.
It's the word. Kyle's not big on trying things that have different words to them, so I have to say, hey, you'll like this. It's got rice.
So I really did like that. I'm glad we tried it. I would definitely try to venture out and try it again, and even try the mussel just one time.
The mussel
one time.
Not mussels.
So your favorite was the cheese soup? Oh,
the soup and the pretzel roll, of course.
Pretzel roll. I mean, I want to say cronut because it's a cronut, but that doesn't count.
But no. And even, honestly, Kyle, this is blasphemy.
Don't you say it. Don't you say it.
That was better than the cronut.
Oh my gosh. I can't even talk to her now.
Kyle, that thing was so stinking good. I've thought about it. It's like the pot roast mac and cheese that we can no longer
Don't.
get.
Okay, we're going to have a moment after this recording's over.
Pour one out for the pot roast mac and cheese.
I'm going to go over the corner and cry.
It's okay.
Anyway.
It's okay.
We want to know what you guys think about the 3 things we tried at Food and Wine. Have you tried them? Do you think we ranked them properly in terms of what we liked the best? If there's anything that we missed that we should have tried, we know we didn't try a lot of things.
There was so much that we wanted to try, truly, but we were so full after those 4-ish little dishes.
Yep.
We were stuffed, and we couldn't believe it. We kind of thought we'd try one more, but neither of us could muster anything else.
Plus, we had to get on rides, so. Yeah, anyway. So put all that in the comments section below. What else should they do?
Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and check us out on Facebook and Twitter.
And that's all we have for you tonight. But until next time, we'll see you real soon.
Bye. Got this, man.
You got this? You sure you got this?
No.
Great confidence.
That light. Get it together, Steve.
Countdown again. Wait, did you just call it Steve? Did you just call the light Steve?
Yeah, keep moving.